Hey, this is Daryl Henry with Insurance for Entrepreneurs. This video is what is commercial property insurance? I'm going to talk through 7 different kinds of properties that you're going to insure under a commercial property insurance. And by the end, you should understand how to cover the different assets that you own. The first thing is your buildings. A building is a fixed asset. It's 4 walls, it doesn't move. It's made of either bricks or concrete. It's got a roof, and that's the general idea, is that it is a fixed structure that does not move. It's at a set location. And this is important because everything else that we're going to insure, I think, logically flows out of what is a building and what is not a building. Because the second type of property that you're going to insure is equipment and machinery. And depending on what type of equipment and machinery you're going to insure, you may be able to get a rate for contents, which is more expensive than a building, or you might be able to say it's part of the building. So, for example, if you're a manufacturing plant or a printing shop and you got a piece of equipment that weighs several tons and is attached to the building, you can define that as part of the building, which is important because it's a lot cheaper that way. So, when you're thinking about your equipment and machinery, think about whether it's attached to the building because that can influence how you insure it and can potentially save you some money. The third type of property that you're going to insure is inventory and stock. So if you're a retail store, you got inventory in the back. If you're a warehouse, you've got inventory that you store. It may fluctuate based on the seasons, but you're going to insure that property while it's in your property under a property policy. Once it leaves the location, that's different. You got to think about that differently. But for your commercial property policy, while it's in your warehouse, while it's on your premises, you can insure it there. The fourth thing that you're going to insure under a commercial property policy would be your furniture and fixtures. So if you're looking around your office, you see desks, chairs, lamps, computers, all that. That's contents coverage. That's furniture. That's fixtures. You can insure that under a commercial property policy. The fifth thing, so now we're going from inside to outside. Everything before we've been talking about either the building or things inside the building. Now we're going to go outside. Exterior signs you can cover under a commercial property policy, but you got to dig in a little bit based on what kind of sign you have. If it's a basic sign that's attached to the building, maybe you cover it as part of the building. If it's an electric sign that costs you $60,000, you should probably dig in to make sure that your commercial property policy has enough coverage for you. If it's just a freestanding structure outside that costs you $10,000, that might not be a big deal. But all this is stuff that you can insure under a commercial property policy. Number 6, fencing and landscaping. Landscaping, you got to dig in a little bit because property policies don't typically cover the earth that you're on. So, depending on what you are, maybe you're a golf course, you should take a look at how your policy defines the property you're insuring. Because if you're a golf course, your whole livelihood is based on the dirt. But you can also look at fencing as something that you insure under a commercial property policy or other outdoor structures. Maybe it's a shed, but you can insure that under a property policy. The seventh thing that you insure under a property policy is business income and continuing expenses. Income and extra expenses. This is critical. Most businesses, when they have some type of fire that shuts down their operations, they never have enough money to get started again. So this is really critical to look at your continuation plan and how much money is there to pay for loss of net income, employee payrolls, continuing expenses that you're going to need in order to continue operations so that if your business is shut down, it can get restarted. Okay, those are 7 things that you can insure under a property policy so that when you're thinking about your business and your operations, you know what you can insure there, and so you can structure your program correctly. If this was helpful, please hit like and subscribe. It helps other people like you find the content and find my channel. And if you want to learn more about me, go to my website at insuranceforentrepreneurs.net. I'm Daryl Henry, and as always, go build something great.